A lot of people don't realize how much work goes into making a really shitty video. Hi, welcome to the behind the scenes of our spec commercial. The first thing we did was find a location. What we're looking for is a road that wasn't too bumpy, a neighborhood that looked very residential, and a place without much traffic, because we were going to be shooting from a car and shooting a runner on a sidewalk, so we were going to need to do some maneuvers and back up. The next step was figuring out a way to stabilize our camera. We were going to shoot from a car, and the problem with that is that roads are bumpy and the camera was going to shake up and down, so we had to figure out a solution. What I have in my hand here is a gyro stabilizer. Basically it's a gyroscope in this bomb-like thing, and it spins really fast, and what happens is it's very hard to move it, to turn it, and it stabilizes your camera so that when it gets bumpy, you know, if something's forcing it one way, it'll actually be a counterbalance. The next step was making sure that Nate could handle all the running that he would have to do. He's a very athletic guy, and I just assumed he could, but yeah.
So I got this big running scene on Friday, and Kai doesn't know this, but I haven't ran in like 3 years, so I saw this work in Rocky, and I'm just going to give it a shot. See, I used to be the fastest man in Asia. That was like my big thing, but yeah, it's been a while, so we're gonna try this out, and it's gonna be truly horrible. But yeah, let's do this. All right. I only do crazy stuff on camera. Oh!
I'm treated like the presidential motorcade, taking up the residential. Global perspiration, freaky gyrations, close to fornication. Numbers get passed with ass, information, intoxication, faded, inebriated, designated driver, lava, limacava, blocking freak seeing.
The final shot of our video is Nate jumping off a trampoline in slow motion. So the first thing we had to do was buy a trampoline.
Just for you guys?
The next thing was, how do we do slow motion? Stand up right here. Why don't you punch, like regular speed, and then jump a few times.
Got it?
Yep. So we downloaded After Effects so we could get this really nice slow motion. As you can see, we've been using Final Cut Pro, and when you put stuff in slow motion, they use this thing called frame blending, and it sort of gives you this faded, like, blur look, which doesn't look very good. After Effects uses pixel motion, which basically creates new frames, giving you this seamless slow motion. And we did it. It works.
So here we are in beautiful Brentwood, California. And we're doing a dress rehearsal this afternoon for our shoot that we're going to have this evening. We're going to have a few extras, but before they get here, we're just going to make sure everything's set. We usually don't go this elaborate as far as prepping everything and making sure it's right, but this is going to be a little more technical than we're usually used to. So what we've done here is we've attached a electronic gyroscope to the bottom of our camera. You can hear it making a loud whirring sound, so you can't really shoot scenes with sound. We don't need sound on this, so it'll be good. A lot of people use this on helicopters, also on trains, and we're gonna try it on a car. So in order to shoot this, I had to stick myself through a sunroof, and then I gave orders to Nate as he was acting, and also told Brett where Nate was in relation to the car, because Brett had to stay adjacent to Nate. It was very complicated, but it worked.
We're actually playing the music as we go for musical cues.
Right, so we burnt a CD with the 5 tracks of music, and we also put in beeps during the music to give ourselves cues for when Nate had to do certain things. This is when you start stretching. The first beep is stretch. So you're stretching.
Should I stretch like a swan?
Yeah, at first it's abnormal, but then you can kind of... You're gonna come from down here, okay, on the sidewalk, and when Nate gets here... So the actors showed up about 30 minutes before the shoot, and we went over the full course that we were gonna do, and we gave them their actions, And then we were ready, and we took a final look to make sure there weren't any cops around, and then we did it. So far so good. We just went through the whole rundown, and I think everyone knows their positions. The lighting is pretty much perfect. The only thing that could go wrong is it's about 7 o'clock, a lot of people coming home right now. A little nervous.
So yeah, hopefully people in this neighborhood won't be watching and call the cops, especially when I Ralph in their front yard.
Hi there. Sorry. Has anyone filmed in this neighborhood before?
Pardon me?
Sorry, we're doing some filming.
Oh no, that's wonderful. Well, you know, they do a lot of filming at the school, but it was I tell the gentleman, I called my wife and I said I just saw 3 crazy guys. You know.
Thank you.
All right, bro. Let's do this. The one thing about this shoot was the more times we did, the better we got at shooting it, because it was a coordinated shoot. I was in a car, and the car had to be driven just right, and so that got better. But I didn't plan for this. Nate's endurance actually became an issue. His performance actually got worse the more times he did it. So the first time he does a great job, but I didn't do a good job of filming. The last time I did a very good job of filming, I thought, but Nate did a pretty poor job at acting. He was just totally dead tired. So we were going to do the whole thing in one long cut. But because there's too much inconsistency, we can't find a perfect take. What we've decided to do is get the best part of every single one. And we've sort of changed the video up a little bit. Still looks cool though.